Hello, awesome to be here with you today. I'm very excited to be here. How are you doing today? Happy new month. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Happy new month. This is another beautiful month to be grateful. Yes, I'm very, very excited about April and the great things that this month is going to birth for us. All right. So if you're here, do I have anyone here? Let me know. Just type in the comments. It's Training Thursday in our community. Uh, just give me a second. Okay. All right. Amazing. Awesome. All right. Okay. So today we're going to be going into something very interesting. All right. We're going to be talking about the topic what you don't really know about yourself that may be affecting your relationship. I'll take that again. What you don't really know about yourself that may be affecting your relationship. Please, if you come live, kindly drop a comment and let me know that you're here. And if you're catching this on a replay, you're welcome. You can just type in the comment hashtag replay and let's also know the lessons that you're picking from this training. Okay. So, what you don't really know about yourself that may be affecting your relationship. All right. And so this leads us to the very first point, which I would want to throw at us. And the first is the question: who really are you? All right. Who are you? So beyond your name, right? Beyond your name. I remember there was a class sometime in the past, there was a class I attended, and the lecturer asked, who are you? He asked everyone, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And many mentioned, their names, and it stopped halfway anyways before it got to me. So maybe I would have also mentioned my name at that time. All right. So many mentioned their names. I'm these. I'm Tony. I'm Tayo. My name is this. My name is that. All right. And so I'm asking you now, at this time, who really are you? Beyond your name, right? Who are you? Beyond your title, because it's very important for you to discover who you really are. And truth is, you already know who you are, right? You already know who you are, right? And so the questions I'm going to be asking you is to further help you rediscover yourself. Okay? Is to further help you rediscover yourself, because there are some things about yourself that you don't know is affecting your relationship at the moment. There are some things about yourself, there are some discoveries that you would unravel, all right, that you would begin to ask yourself, wow, so this has been the thing affecting my relationship. This has been the thing responsible for my reaction or for my partner's reaction. All right. So this has been the thing responsible for, my results in my marriage or in my relationship. All right. So who are you? And beyond your title, right? I first of all said beyond your name, right? So I'm not just asking about your name, right? So beyond your name, who are you? Beyond your title, who are you? All right? Because, sometimes we allow our titles, to get into our heads, and sometimes we even bring those titles into our relationships and marriages. So what is that title that you bear that could be inhibiting intimacy or happiness in your relationship or marriage? All right. So are you a doctor? Are you an engineer? Do they call you papa, bishop, pastor, reverend, imam? What is that title that you are bearing or that you bear at the moment? Does that title really define who you really are? I can see someone live. Please type in the comments. Let's know how you're doing, where you're watching us from, and I'll be happy to see your contributions in the comment section. All right. So, who are you beyond that title? Beyond what people call you, who are you? What do people call you? Do people call you mama, papa, coach, counselor, whatever it is that they call you? Who are you beyond those titles? Wife, husband, right? Who are you? So I'm going to be asking those questions, and I want you to put yourself in that state where you are trying to, unravel and uncover yourself. All right? So beyond that title, beyond what people call you. So apart from when you're not a wife, who are you? When you're not a husband, right? Who are you? When you're not in that relationship and marriage, who are you? Does that relationship and marriage define you? So who are you? Hey, Nora, great to see you. How are you doing? I'm watching Femi Duguri and I'm excited to watch this. I'm very excited to have you here. You know how we do it, yeah? That's one of my coaches there. Great to see you. Thank you so much. I'm glad that no matter the title that my husband has, it does not bring it into our relation. Great. Awesome. Very good. Awesome. All right. So, who are you? So, beyond that title, beyond what people call you, because sometimes consciously or unconsciously, it affects our relationship and marriages, and we're still getting into it. All right. So, beyond being through in life, beyond what you're presently going through, who are you? Does it define you? Have you been through so much that it's having a negative toll on you as I speak right now? Have you been through so much? Like, are you even presently going through an experience, a rough time in your life, in your relationship, in your marriage, and it seems to get the whole of you, that somehow it's affecting your relationship and marriage? All right. So that's the question I want you to begin to answer within you. If you have a pen, if you have a paper, you can also write. Okay. So beyond what you have been through or what you're going through, does what you've been through or what you're going through, is it affecting you as I speak? Is it affecting you as I speak? Is it affecting your relationship? Is it affecting your relationship with your partner? Is it affecting your day to day operations in your marriage or in your relationship? All right. So, who really are you? So, when you're not a wife, when you're not a husband, when you're not a pastor, when you're not a father, when you're not a mother, who else are you? Who else are you? Because it's very important that we address this first question so that we can really begin to see ourselves from a deeper perspective and begin to know if, what we have defined ourselves by, what you have defined yourself with, is actually affecting, your relationship or your marriage. So it is very important that you discover and rediscover yourself. Every day is for self awareness. We learn every day and we grow every day. All right. I, for one, I rediscovered myself again, even when I got married. Even though I already knew myself, in marriage again, I rediscovered myself. So this journey never truly ends. We keep rediscovering ourselves. And the more you discover yourself, the more confident you will be, the more power you would have. All right, the more you unravel, how much you have inside of you. All right. Awesome to see you. Thank you, Ruth Addison. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Nora Gift. Okay, I'm a child of God, void of marriage. Absolutely. Awesome. Awesome. So we should not allow our titles define us. We should not allow what we have been through define us, because sometimes we're going through stuff and it is, yes, it is I have also been through stuff. I am also presently going through stuff. Sometimes we just see one another on Facebook, on Instagram, we see the smiles and everything. If only we can begin to ask ourselves deeper questions, then we begin to know that yes, everyone is going through one thing or the other. So my question to you is, that thing that you're going through, is it affecting your relationship with your partner? Or are you allowing it affect your relationship with your partner? Okay? So what are your strengths? What are your strengths? What are your strengths? If you're here, please type in the comment. Let me know your strengths. What are your strengths? All right? What are your strengths? Are you an organizer? Are you a detailed person? I'm describing myself already. Are you a creative person? Are you a talker? Are you a thinker? What are you? Because you need to define your strengths and deploy your strengths into your relationship. Focus more on your strengths. When you focus on your strength and your partner also focuses on his or her strength, right? Then the relationship would grow. Then your relationship would keep moving and keep advancing. All right. And then you will also not start comparing yourself with another person, or even competing in the relationship. All right. Because we have relationships where partners in the relationship are also competing. Okay. So, but once you know your strength, in fact, someone once said that know your strength and outsource your weaknesses. So the things that you are not good at, you don't struggle, because okay, I'm the one that should be doing this. So there's something my husband always says. He says, whoever is better at it should do it. Whoever is better at it should do it. Okay, so what are you good at? What are you good at? And are you deploying that strength in your relationship? Or are you struggling or wanting to, get into your partner's role? Or maybe that is our strength as well, and you're living your own area of strength, and you want to, try to, usurp or get get into that role of your partner, based on his or her own strength as well. Okay, so, what are your strengths? When you know this, right, it would help you. It would help you be in that state where you're at peace with yourself, and you're at peace in that relationship. Someone said I'm a talker, thinker. I can think, and then I like to talk about everything. I'm an organizer. I love organizing things. Awesome. Awesome. So once you begin to know your strengths, then you know how to deploy that strength into your relationship to make it better. You know how to enhance your relationship with that strength. Once you know your strength, your partner also knows his or her strength, and both of you focus on this strength, then your relationship would keep advancing, like I said earlier. So it is very important that you know your strength. Don't second guess yourself, right? Know your strength, work, and I don't even want to talk about weakness. That's another angle, but I'm focusing more on strengths for today. What are your strengths? Deploy your strength into that relationship. And once you're deploying your strengths into that relationship, we also have to understand that you should not take each other's strengths for granted, because sometimes you can say, oh, this is my strength, and you're deploying that strength into the relationship, and your partner is taking it for granted. All right. So it is important that both of you come to that agreement. You both discuss, these are the areas I'm good at. These are the areas you're good at. Okay, how can we deploy this strength into our relationship to make it better? All right. So once you begin to know yourself from a deeper perspective, it would help your relationship. So, what is your vision in life as an individual? What is your vision in life? What is your mission? So, I'm talking beyond relationship and beyond marriage, because we're made for so much more. Yes, I know that. Yes, we talk about relationship and marriage here, and I know that. Yes, we should be happy and intimate. To talk about happiness and intimacy in marriages and relationship, However, beyond the relationship and beyond the marriage, there's so much more that you are made for. So, what is that vision? What is your vision as an individual? What is your vision? What is your purpose? What is that passion that you have? All right? What is that passion that you have? Because once you begin to focus on that passion, once you begin to focus on that purpose, then it helps you to be in a better state, even in your relationship and marriage. Because sometimes some people are would I say are too dependent. Yes, I think that's the word I would use now. Dependent, all right, and too clingy in such a way that you in fact sometimes you even choke your partner. All right, but once you have been able to discover who you are, discover your purpose, discover your passion, discover your vision, you would pursue that. And then your partner also discovers his or her vision, purpose, mission, then you would also pursue that. Then you know that your relationship and marriage is beyond the two of you. It's beyond the both of you. There's a bigger purpose for your coming together. Someone once defined, marriage as, coming together, partnership for an assignment. All right. So there is a bigger purpose. So what is your individual vision, and then what is your joint vision as a couple? All right. So sometimes when you know this vision, you know this purpose, it will reduce the conflicts that you even have in your relationship and marriage, because you know that there's so much more. There's no time. Like, there's no time for us to be fighting and fighting when there's so much to be done. All right. So, what is your vision? What is your mission and your purpose in life? Hi, Monyalua. Thank you so much for joining. How you doing? Yeah. All right. So the third question I want to ask is, what emotions drive you? What emotions drive you? Because you are your emotions. Your emotions is at the heart of everything that you are doing. All right. So everything you do per day. In fact, before you came on this live stream, it was because you felt a particular emotion. You felt maybe you saw my post somewhere, and that post triggered an emotion in you. Can you type in the comments, did you see the advert or the post for this live stream, this training Thursday somewhere? And when you saw it, what emotion did it trigger in you? Because something always triggers us to act. All right. So, what are your emotions? What emotions drive you on a day to day basis in that relationship and marriage? So, you need to know this about yourself, because sometimes it's possible that you're displaying some emotions that are toxic to your relationship. All right. It is possible that you're displaying some emotions that are toxic to your relationship. And of course, you know that that would not, help your relationship grow. All right. So think right. And, for every emotion that you feel, a thought led to that emotion. All right. For every emotion that you feel, a thought led to that emotion. Something unconsciously, you thought about something, and then you began to feel a particular way. You began to feel a particular emotion. And this is why it is important for you to always think right. Think right of yourself, think right of your partner, think right of your relationship, think right of your work, think right of the situation that you are even going through at the moment. All right? Because there are lessons to always pick from whatever you are going through. So think right. No wonder the Holy Scriptures also says that guard your heart, because it determines. I like a version, and that version is the New Living Translation. It says that it determines the course of your life. So guard your heart. And so this also says that, as we think, so we are. So, what are your daily thoughts as an individual, as a wife, as a husband, as a single person in that relationship, or aspiring to be in a relationship? What do you think about on a daily basis? What emotions drive you? All right. There's an emotion that I have personally chosen to drive me from time to time. And that emotion is being positive, positivity. All right, positivity, gratitude. That is an emotion I always want to feel part time. So it has, in fact, I am all about positivity. I am all about gratitude. All right. And so whenever I'm going through anything, there's always a lesson for me. I have that mindset already that there is a lesson for me to pick in this situation, and this situation doesn't define me. All right. So that situation in your relationship, that situation in your marriage does not define you. All right. And some things also affect our thoughts, and that is our belief system. So, what is your belief? What are your belief systems? What is your belief system around the different areas of your relationship or marriage? Because what you believe is what you begin to think about, and then what you think about, evokes some emotion in you. You now begin to feel some emotion, and when you now feel a particular way, it now determines how you will act, how you would behave, how you would react or respond to situations in your relationship, in your work, with your friends, wherever you find yourself. So, what is your belief system around the different areas of your relationship? All right. So, what's your belief system around in-laws, for example? All right. Do you have you always had that belief, or unconscious belief in your mind that in-laws are wicked, right? Or mother-in-laws are wicked. All right. Because what you believe is what you begin to think and what you begin to see. All right. So, what else? What are the belief system? What is the belief system around your finance, around money? So, are you one who grew up in a family where maybe the your father hides money from your mom, or your mom hides money from your father? Or maybe your father, is one who is more of a saver, and your mother is one who is more of a spender. And what has that instilled in you? All right. So you see now that things don't just happen. Behaviors don't just You don't just behave in a particular way. Many things, many programs run unconsciously within you, and until you go back to this program to begin to reprogram, to recalibrate, right? That is when you begin to see the results that you truly desire in your relationship and in your marriage. So, what is your belief around sex, for example? Do you believe that maybe women don't initiate sex? Women are not supposed to initiate sex, all right? Or whenever they talk about sex, you're shy, you don't want to talk about it, or have you had some experiences in the past that is affecting how you are seeing sex in your marriage? What is your belief system around roles and responsibilities in the home, for example? Do you believe that, cooking and washing of plates, doing the laundry is a woman's job? All right. Or do you believe that certain things, men are supposed to do certain things, women are supposed to do certain things? So those are the things that affect how you behave towards each other in that relationship and in that marriage. And this is why I always, in my programs, I encourage, couples to create a customized culture around the different areas of your marriage, around the different areas of your marriage. All right? Because your belief system would also be different from the belief system of your partner. So both of you are running different, you're running different programs in the relationship. You are working hard, you're trying your best to ensure that the relationship is moving and all of that, but somehow you're still hitting that brick wall. Somehow you're still not getting the desired results, result that you desire in your relationship. It is because of this programming. Sometimes, or most of the time, it is because of the programming that is running in the background. And so it is very important that you pay attention to these. So these are the things that you need to discover about yourself All right, because they are the things that also affect, your relationship one way or the other. So the fourth question I want to ask as we bring this to a close is number four is, are there some significant emotional experiences that you are yet to heal from? Are there some significant emotional experiences that you have had in the past or that you are even having presently that you are yet to heal from? Hi, Deborah. Great to see you. Happy New Month to you. All right. So that's the number four thing. Are there some significant, pleasurable or less pleasurable experiences that you have had in the past or in the present? Because somehow this would also inhibit or stand in the way of your happiness and intimacy in that relationship and marriage. So this is why I always preach that, marriage is hard work. Marriage involves intentionality. All right? It involves being intentional. All right, because nothing happens by chance. If you don't move it, it would not move. All right, whatever you don't move doesn't move. So please pay attention to all of these things. Pay attention to these questions that I have asked, which would help you discover, more about yourself, and if these things that you're discovering has been affecting your relationship or marriage. All right. So the final thing I want to talk about is, once you have, discovered all of these, then you come to terms. You now begin to learn how to bridge the gap. Okay? So you discover and then you bridge the gap. So if you discover some things and you now discover that, okay, I need to begin to work on some particular areas in my life, in my relationship, in my marriage, then it is important that, yes, you take action. You are intentional, all right? You're intentional, to address this situation. And so this always brings me back to, who are you submitting to? Right? Who is your coach? Who is your accountability partner? Who is helping you? Who is walking with you on this relationship and marriage journey? All right? Because these are the things that affect our relationships and our marriages. And until you discover there may be no headway. You may keep just going round the same cycle and the same cycle. All right. So I don't know if anyone has a question. If you have a question so far, who is still here? I really cannot see. It's not showing me people here. But please just drop your question. In case you have any question, you can drop your question and we'll be happy to address, this question. So in conclusion, we talked about the topic, what you don't really know about yourself that may be affecting your marriage. And we talked about, I asked about 4 or 5 questions, right? The first was, who are you? Beyond your name, beyond your title, beyond what people call you, beyond what you've been through or what you're presently going through, who are you? All right. I remember I had a session with someone, and this singular question was what brought the transformation that she needed. Just this question, who are you? Because she was already, immersed, in so many things that she was going through at that time. All right. She was already immersed in so many things that she was going through. All right. And so it was difficult for her to even see herself for who she really was. All right. And, so that this question that I asked, really, really helped her to rediscover herself, to see the sweet side, to see so many sides that she had abandoned, so many sides that she had ignored, so many sides that she had, allowed external situations, cover. All right. And then she began to live her true self. And of course, by living her true self, it means that her partner would also begin to see her in another light. And then their relationship is bound to grow. Their relationship is bound to be more intimate and fulfilling. All right. So this is why this question is very important. So who are you? What are your strengths? All right. So focus more on your strengths and deploy the strengths to your relationship. All right. So are you better at organizing? Are you better at in my book Start Right? I am There's a section where I talked about submission, you know, about, yeah, I think submission. And I was talking about the fact that, whoever is better at what should do it. All right. So it's not about oh, you're supposed to do this, I'm not supposed to do this. We're a team, okay? We are a team in the marriage, you're a team in the relationship. All right. And of course, God knew what he was doing when he says two shall become one. So God is not even seeing you and your partner as two but one. All right. So what are you good at? Deploy that strength into your relationship. All right. What are you good at? Deploy the strength and don't take, this strength, for granted. And the third question I asked was, what emotions, drive you? What are the triggers? What emotions? Choose a particular emotion that you want on a daily basis to guide you on a daily basis. And I made mention of the fact that I chose positivity, and that guides me. Like it keeps me in a resourceful state at every point in time. Even when I'm down right now, I know what to do to bring me back to that positive state. All right. And being in a positive state does not necessarily mean that everything is fine, everything is going well, right? It only means that in spite of all of those, I choose my emotion, I choose my response. Okay. Because you can't control what happens, right? But you can control how you react or how you respond. All right. So, and I said that emotions, thinking, right? How you think affects how you feel. So, think right. Think right. And for you to think right, you need to go to your beliefs. All right. So what are your beliefs? Maybe in the areas that you're having a challenge, or you're having you're experiencing difficulty in that area. All right. Ask yourself, what are my beliefs around this area? What are my beliefs? All right. What are my beliefs? And when you work with a coach will also help you further, to ask some quality questions that you may not even be able to ask yourself. And you ask quality question and gets you to the root of the issue. Okay, so what are your beliefs around in-laws, around money, around sex, around roles and responsibilities, around romance, around parenting, around spirituality? What are your beliefs around it, and is it in alignment with that of your partner? Because that would also bring clashes. Okay, so it is important that you discover this. All right. And the fourth thing I talked about is, I talked about emotional experiences. Are there some significant, pleasurable or less pleasurable experience, especially the less pleasurable experiences? Are there some experiences that you have had, right, in the past or presently, that deep down that you are still yet to heal from? Are there unresolved issues within you that you know that you're still yet you need to resolve? Okay, so that you can be on the level that you need to be in that relationship. The final thing for today is that you love you. Once you've been able to discover yourself, you've accepted yourself, then you need to begin to do you and love you in that relationship. Do you love you? Be free in that relationship, you and your partner. Do you love you in that relationship? Because we talked about vision, we talked about passion, we talked about purpose initially. When we started. Okay, so love yourself, accept yourself. Discover yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, and do you continuously in that relationship. Are you here? And you need to have a review. All right, you need to have a review of your relationship and your marriage. You know that you cannot do this alone. You need help. You need a coach to guide you. Then please do not hesitate to book the relationship review and clarity session. All right, you can book the relationship review and clarity session You can just type RRC in the comments, and we'll get in touch with you. RRC in the comments, and we'll get in touch with you. Or you can send a message, either text or WhatsApp, to 08022644900, and type RRC, and we will know that you want to book the relationship review and clarity session. This will help us know where you are, in fact, what you desire, and we come back right back to to where you are, what led you to where you are, and then the things that you need to do to get you to where you desire to be. And then you will be accountable. We will hold you by the hand to ensure that you actually attain your goals in that relationship or in life. All right. And finally, if you're single crossing into marriage within the next 12 to 18 months, you need to join the Marriage Transition Mastermind. This is going to be relaunched in June, and there is a wait list already. All right, we're taking a limited number, and so you need to join that. You can also type that in the comment, MTM in the comments, or send a message to that WhatsApp, or you can go to our website www.ogunaiketemitayo.com, and you'll see it on the work with me. You will see it, and you can get more details and join the wait list. Okay, so I hope that this has been worth your time. I hope that this has been very valuable for you. All right, so we're just trying to get back to the rudiments, to the fundamentals, that really affect our relationship, sometimes unconsciously, sometimes unknowingly to us. Last week we talked about how the most powerful tool, in our relationship, the most powerful tool, that can help our relationship, grow fast, 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 fast. And we talked about love. Okay, why love is not okay. Yeah, love being not being enough. Okay, and we said that if you actually go by what love truly is, then it is enough to sustain your relationship. It is enough to sustain your relationship. So we talked about, in fact, you just need to go back to that training Thursday and watch that video so that you can begin to apply these lessons. We talked about love, being patient, love being kind. That is the deep and the commitment phase of love. So beyond the feelings, because sometimes you may not feel like it, all right, but the commitment that you have, all right, when you know what love truly is, okay, it will guide you into and loving right and sustaining your relationship and marriage. So thank you so much. I'm very, very happy that we were able to do this. Hi, Kim Felsi is here. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right. Thank you, Nora. Thank you, Ruth Addison. Thank you, Monyolua. Thank you, Deborah. And thank you, Kim Felsi, for being here today. My brother, Kim Felsi, okay, is here. Thank you so much. All right. Happy New Month once again. And I hope to see you again sometime soon. Okay. So please go back again. You can watch this video again and begin to apply the lessons. The most important thing you need to take away from this is that you need to discover yourself, know yourself. Because sometimes, even when you don't know yourself, you begin to transfer, this responsibility to your partner. All right, and that could also have a negative toll. All right, because your partner is also a human being, so we all should take on that responsibility of self-discovery, continuous self-discovery. Okay, so that the things that you discover, you can begin to apply and implement in your relationship. When you discover your strengths, for instance, we talked about that earlier, you can begin to deploy your unique strengths into, you can deploy your unique strengths to your into your relationship and marriage, and it will definitely make it better. So thank you. I'm very, very, very excited. um yeah, so we're gonna call it a day or call it a night, depending on wherever you're watching this from in the world. All right, so thank you so much for being here. Please and please try help us invite people to join us in this community. Let's keep preaching this message of happiness and intimacy in marriage, and yeah, especially those who are preparing, okay, because we have so many sessions with people, and we find out that a lot can be put in perspective. A lot of things can be addressed even before you get into marriage, right? The foundation needs to be really solidified, okay, and so that when you get into marriage, it will just be to keep laying the building blocks, okay. And yeah, so please help us invite people who are yet to get married or newlyweds into this community, so that we can grow together. And for those who are you've been long married and you're still here in this community, yes, thank you so much for being here. Please help us invite people, and please also appreciate your comments once in a while, so that we can learn from you too. We can glean from your knowledge, right? Because no man is an island, no man has a monopoly of knowledge. I don't. I'm also still learning. We're all growing, we're all on this journey together. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you on the next training Thursday. Till then, keep learning, keep loving, and keep growing. Bye for now.